everyone. In today's video I'll be making black soup. Looking at black soup, it doesn't look appetizing to the eyes, but this soup is so healthy and so delicious. I hope you try it out. Let's get cooking. First, let's go ahead and season the meat, and we'll be using goat meat. Goat meat is the best protein to use for this soup. It adds a certain flavor other proteins don't add to this black soup. And as always, I use the male goat. The male goat is easier to cook, so when you go to the market, ensure to ask the butcher guys to give you the male goat. I'll add in seasoning, break it, spread it across. I'll add in salt, spread it across also. Now I'll mix this to combine. We need the seasoning and the salt to get to all parts of the meat. Now I'll cover the pot and allow this cook for 10 minutes. This meat will generate its own fluid. These are the vegetables I'll be using for this soup. Here I have uziza leaves and I have scent leaves also. And this is bitter leaf. I've washed it to remove the bitter taste. So we'll be blending these vegetables separately. I'll blend the uziza leaves and the scent leaf together, and I'll blend the bitter leaf separately. I'll pour in the bitter leaves into the blender, and I'll add in water. Please note that this bitter leaf is hard to blend, and I have a high processor blender. If your blender is not high processor, please, you might have to take it to the engine guys to blend it outside for you, so that you don't ruin your blender or food processor. But be careful when you're adding the water so that the soup doesn't come out watery. This is what it should look like. Very smooth. See what we'll have here. Now I'll blend the uziza leaves and the scent leaves. You can chop yours a little, but my blender will squash it, so I don't see a need for that. Now I'll also add in water. This water will help it to blend smoothly with ease. Now we'll blend. This is what it looks like. Very smooth also. Now let's blend the rest of the ingredients. Here I have locust bean. This is iru. I'll pour it into my blender. And I have onions. You need lots of onions for this soup. It brings out the flavor better. And the pepper. Add as much pepper as you can bear. And crayfish. Black soup needs lots and lots of crayfish. Please, you have to wash the crayfish to rid it of any sand. Now add in water. What we are doing basically is to prep all our ingredients so that when we get to the soup proper, we'll just be mixing and mixing and mixing. This is actually one of the easiest Nigerian soups to make. Let's go ahead and blend this. We'll blend this also till it is very smooth. This is 10 minutes with the goat meat. You can see all the fluid it generated. I'll just give this a stir. Now I'll pour in my banga juice. I'll leave a video of where I made these banga dupes at the top right corner of this video. You can check it out. Pour in the blended ingredients. Now mix all this in. I'll cover and cook this for 10 minutes. By 10 minutes, the goat meat should be tender. Remember, I'm using the male goat, which cooks faster than the female goat. Now, if you're using a tougher protein, you will have to wait till when the protein is tender enough. Do check on it to make sure it's tender. This is 10 minutes later, and this is boiling so well. I'll add in fish. This is smoked fish, smoked bandla fish. This soup needs lots of fish. The more fish, the better. Now I'll give this a gentle stir because I don't want all this fish scattered. I'll add in the blended bitter leaves. I will also add in the blended uziza leaves and the scent leaves. Now stir this for all this to mix in properly. Like I said earlier, this soup doesn't look nice to the eyes, but it's highly medicinal and is very delicious. A trial will convince you. Please, if you've watched till this point, please click on the subscription button. Please also like and share this video. It will help my channel grow. Let's season the soup. The initial seasoning was for the meat. I add in seasoning cubes. I'll break it in so that no one will be chewing on the cubes. I'll also add in a little salt. Too much salt is not good for this soup. I'll mix all this in. I always say that your seasoning and your salt should be proportional to the quantity of food you're cooking. If you're not sure, you add in a little per time and adjust as you cook along. I'll cover and cook this soup on medium heat for additional 15 minutes. This is 15 minutes later. This separation of the banga oil lets you know that our black soup is ready. Now I'll give this another stir. It's best to enjoy this with pounded yam or semo or any swallow of your choice. The soup is ready now, and I'll take it off from the heat. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.